which one would you be like, you know what? Let me do this show, let me crush it.
Yo, Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh my God. Okay, I hear you. That's
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
Hands down. I'm gonna tell you why. Because by then I'll probably have my hair implants, so like my hair. You know what I'm saying?
TV Straight Facts right back at you. Today we are conducting a little conversation with my man Reggie Cash,
What's going on?
Ottawa's funniest man.
You already know.
Yo, Reggie, I don't even want to mess up your moniker. Do me a favor, let me know what it is, because I think you're something about the dopest content creator, but please let me know, man.
So, you know, when we started back on IG, it was Ottawa's most popular man. And then, you know, after a few time, you know, just grinding, being consistent, we changed it to the internet's dopest content creator. And that's who I is.
That's who you is. I ain't gonna lie, these videos are funny, man. Hey, you just dropped one, I think it was yesterday or a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And, you know, I walked out that house a couple of times feeling like I was one of those guys, like, you know.
That's what I'm talking about. I beat that up correctly. See, a lot of y'all, they call you Poppy. She called me Thanos.
Let me call my homie, so I'm gonna let you know, man. You're putting fire out there, bro. I'm loving it. But let's get down to the origins of, you know, Reggie Cash. So do me a favor, first before we get into these questions, let me know how you got started, man. Let me know.
Ooh, I started actually in high school, so probably like 2011. So like I went to like a French high school out here called De La Salle, and pretty much I was in a drama arts class. It's an art school.
It's an art school, right? DLS art school. Okay.
It's an art school, but then I didn't like drama and all that because the kids were weird. There were a bunch of weirdos, and I was like the only black guy there. And I was like, screw that, I ain't gonna do it. So I got out of there, but for some reason they put me in like a video program, and then I started making videos throughout high school. And then after I was done high school, my first year of university and all that stuff, after a few like midterms, you know, that I struggled, failed and all that shit, I was like, fuck it, like, I gotta figure something. Can I swear?
Scholastics. Yeah, go ahead, man. Listen,
so I was like,
you could feel free to, you know, because
just be yourself.
Just be yourself, be comfortable, man.
Bless.
You know what I mean? This is laid back TV, you know?
Straight facts.
So I'll tell you, so like, failed a few, you know, exams, whatever. I was doing good, don't get me wrong, but I just wasn't used to failing because I'm a good kid. Like, I do good at school, whatever. So then, I remember the date. It was October 27th, 2011. I opened up my first YouTube channel. That first YouTube channel was crazy. And then I did a few things with my boy at the time. We're still boys. And then after that, me and him had a fallout. So I was like, shit, like, what can I do next, right? So I then got into like hosting events. So I got into hosting bear events, club events, all that stuff. Try to do different things, boom, boom, bang. And then after that, I got approached by the Cash Boys to make videos. So I was like, you know what, let's try. But I wasn't down. I'm like, good, like I'm at concerts. I'm like, I'm hosting it for like, I'd say like 1,000, 5,000 people. So I'm like, this is good money. 3,000. So then the breaking point was after I was done with the Cash Boys, I was like, fuck, what do I do?
What's next, basically?
So what's next, you know? So I'm trying to figure out, okay, what avenue can I do? Because I always think, I'm trying to figure out what's the next step for me. So the breaking point was for me was I actually got the game day host at Auto U. So I'm like, out here talking to all these athletes, getting people, talking to parents, meeting big time people, and I'm like, but something's missing. And I'm like, I want to relive a bit of the comedy because I was like, I know for a fact I can do these comedies. So a lot of people don't know this. So after my last stint with Auto U, and then I had a chance to host different events where I saw Pusha T and all those type of rappers and blah, blah, blah. I was like, I got to go back to make videos. So then I started making videos last year, but those videos were flops. I ain't gonna lie, videos flopped and stuff, but hey, it is what it is. But in July, I met with my dog NP, and I was NP, I got this dope idea, and created this niche, and then been doing it ever since. It's gonna be like a year.
I see. I'm telling you, man, it's good to see. It's definitely something it's fresh, you know? You see more of these entertainers. That's how I want to consider them now. The entertainers where they just come out and they find a lane for themselves, right? And you have a following with it. So it's dope. Now, comedy is your focus. Let me ask you, man, who are your top 5 comedians of all time, man? Who do you say, you know what, that's a funny man right there?
So, you know, I was thinking about the list not too long ago when I first got here.
Yeah.
So Dave Chappelle got to be 1.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle got to be 1. Richard Pryor got to be 2.
Okay.
Chris Rock got to be 3.
Okay.
Brady Mack got to be 4.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We got to put that in. And 5, I got to put Kevin Hart because that's a generation. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but
Eddie Murphy's not there. Huh? Okay.
You know, here's the thing, right?
Chris Tucker.
Here's the thing. I can put Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And but I remember Chris Rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I go by my time.
Right.
I saw Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
I know more Eddie Murphy for like Coming to America and
Yeah.
movies. Like I know Raw. Don't get me wrong. Raw was crazy.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like those were like he's obviously
A legend. Absolutely.
all time great.
Yeah.
But for me, this list was just going by. 03, I'm 10. I'm seeing Chris Rock.
Yeah. That's true. Very true.
I'm seeing Chris Rock in 2003.
Yeah.
So like even if for me like I would say yeah he's funny as hell. I'm not gonna sit
Right.
here and say Chris Rock's funnier than Eddie, but
Right.
it's just for that period of time.
It's your top 5 at the end of the day.
You know?
And it's your top 5, but that's a strong.
Eddie Murphy's 6. I can change it tomorrow. That's how ask me this next week.
Right.
I'll be like, that was not your
list.
list, nigga. It's my list.
Right, exactly. 100%. Now, with that said, so I mean, like I said, I those 5 you couldn't go wrong with.
Yeah.
I fucks with all 5 of these guys.
Yeah.
You know, Richard Pryor, obviously, he was to me one of the original comedians out there for black guys. You know what I'm saying? So, Chris Rock totally held it down from being Pookie to head of station out the zone. You know what I mean? So, like to me, it's like, yo, he definitely has his lane. And what about movies though? Which ones would you consider your top 5 comedies? Like, you're at home on a Sunday with the lady, whatever it is, you want to laugh. What you put it on? Name me your 5 top comedy movies, man.
Friday.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can put all the Fridays.
Absolutely.
I swear to God. I'll put Friday after the next, Coming to America,
Yeah.
Barbershop. And then Barbershop's crazy. And then 5, I'm debating because I can go so many avenues.
Yeah.
Be honest, I fuck with Bad Boys. I think Bad Boys is hilarious.
Yeah, Bad Boys is funny.
The first one?
The first one's hilarious. Like, yo, give me some Skittles.
Yeah.
That shit. Or even Bad Boys 2, like, yo, babe, it's Reggie at the door. Who the fuck is Reggie? So like
That's it. Right. I could fuck with all 5 of those. The one I kind of feel like people keep sleeping on is Money Talks, man. Money Talks is such a classic
That's a
hood
classic.
comedy.
Yeah.
People, hey, for all y'all youngsters out there, go check out Chris Tucker and Money Talks, man. That
Big
movie's
facts.
for real.
Big facts.
All right, now let's go back to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Give
yeah.
us a little insight on what you like to watch. You know, the movies, the comedians. But what makes you feel like Ottawa's yours when it comes to this comedy shit? When it comes to being the funniest one? Why you say, you know what, man? I got my stamp on Ottawa. It's me. It's Reggie Cash.
I'll tell you. So, this is real shit because a lot of time people are like, yo, Reg, why you talking so much shit? You only got like 3,000 followers. But my nigga, I'm in the streets.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in the streets.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm that one nigga, the funny nigga that inherited goons for being funny. Name me 5 funny niggas that have goons. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be like, what the fuck is he talking about? But realistically, it's because I've been there. I've been in the streets. I've been at the events.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
People know who I am. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm like underground, not underground. You feel me?
Yeah.
And a lot of these dudes at the top, they know that, but they don't want to give the props because they know I'm the only dude, whether I make it or not, I'm always going to stay me.
Right.
So for me, it's like, I've been there, I've been holding it down.
Yeah.
I take advice from anybody. Anybody that tell me a video. Anybody that tell me a video, I'm gonna be like, hey, shit, let me try to see if I can do it. If it's not too crazy.
Right.
But for me, Ottawa is, I live it, I breathe it. Shit, if I had a daughter, I'd call her Ottawa for all I care.
He impregnated the bitch. Hey, now you just said something. You just said something to me right
Let me
now.
pour my drink.
I'm gonna go a bit off of script here because you just mentioned you could do all of those.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something, man, Reggie Cash. If you had to reenact one movie role, whether it be comedy, drama, a love story, it doesn't matter. Because to me, a funny man can do those.
Yeah.
Which one would you be like, you know what? Let me do this role, let me crush it.
Yo, Beverly Hills Cop.
Oh my God. Okay, I hear you. That's
Beverly Hills
throwback.
Cop.
Yeah.
Hands down. I'm gonna tell you why. Because by then I'll probably have my hair implants, so like my hair. You know what I'm saying? I'll have my hair implants. Yeah, I'm a funny nigga, so it's gonna be funny still. So I'm gonna get my hair implants, and I'm gonna have the Jerry curl. I'm gonna be like Eddie Murphy. Can you imagine me in Beverly Hills Cop? Like, 2025, I'll be my pride.
That car, you sliding across the hood.
You know what I mean? Freeze, my nigga. I'll be like in my pride. I'll still be able to do the stunts. I'll be 33, like, freeze, motherfucker. And then, like, me and Beverly Hills, over. Game.
See, you know what I like? I fuck with that confidence.
Yeah.
He just literally told me he's gonna crush that shit. Shout out to the implants.
He's like,
Yo, let's go.
They better not be coming from my implants in 2025.
I hear that. I'm gonna go to something that's a bit. It's more global, all right?
Yeah.
So we hear, speculation that Kanye West might be out here deciding to run for presidential election. What do you think, man? Could Kanye do this?
I've been trying to think about it because I was like, what? How is the debate gonna go? On some real shit.
I hear you.
Kanye West at the debate. Do you think about how it's gonna go? Like, y'all want some Yeezys? I'ma cut Yeezys down to like 25%. I'm like, nigga, like, what are you gonna do about foreign policy? I am foreign policy. I just think.
What more you want, Sway? What else you want, Sway?
You ain't got the answers, Anderson Cooper. You know what? I think I gotta see it to believe it.
Hey, listen, the one thing I can say to this, and it might be the unpopular comment, but North America's political systems, as funny as it gets, right? It's as funny as it gets. Nothing surprises you. So if one day I hear that Kanye is now a prezi, after that Donald Trump done won it, what can I say other than, hey man, I guess you won the race. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. Because unfortunately, with the U.S., I don't necessarily think that it's the person that's most qualified that's in the White House doing the work on a serious note. At least it would be one that I could say, yo, I used to vibe to his music.
Yeah.
Real shit, right?
I'm selfish. I don't want him to be president. I'm like, yo, I still want the music.
Shit, yeah. Hey, he's not, I mean, that's another point, but
if he wins, anything's possible.
right.
If Kanye West wins president,
Yeah.
anything's possible. On God. I don't see him winning. If he wins, it's because of Kim.
the Kardashians doing another Kardashian move.
You know what I mean?
Yo, let me ask you something else. This one's a bit different. I know you're on IG.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, IG was being flooded with Nicki Minaj.
Oh.
Right? It's like Nicki Minaj's comeback 2.0.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was talking to other mans in them, and we were discussing it. Like, how you feel, man? How do you feel about Nicki Minaj out here collaborating with Toucan Sam? Right? How do you feel about that? And my word, I was so, it's real shit. I was so disappointed and disgusted with what she had to go ahead and kind of get a vibe on IG, kind of get a couple likes, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is she doing? But you're a comedian.
Yeah.
You said you're in the streets, but you also see things from a lighter perspective.
Yeah. Okay.
How do you see this one?
So, first thing first, we're Snitch 9. Here's the issue I have with Snitch 9, okay? I actually mess with his sound. Because his sound, his personality is dope. But, like, I keep it above and real. I'm not in the street life, so for me, the first thing people always say, oh, Reggie, if this shit happened to you, you would have said, nah, hell no. I won't be in that situation. What you mean? I ain't about that life. I make people laugh. No, I've been caught cheating more than snitching. So don't ever talk to me about snitching, okay?
Right.
For me, it's a question of principle. Like, yo, white people don't like snitches. That should tell you. I was just mad because the song was actually dope. I'll keep it above. The last two songs were, I know my OGs, I don't like it, but like for me, it's like.
I'll be honest with you, I ain't heard it. The shit ain't got no play for me.
Yeah, for us.
It ain't got no play for my entourage. So I'll never know what it sounds like.
Oh, let me tell you, my nigga.
I don't need to know what it sounds like.
Let me tell you how it sounds. It was like dope, and I was mad because I actually shared his latest single, which was in Spanish, and I was like, I'm so mad. Because he gets to me every time. But honestly, Snitch 9 for me, I was disappointed because it proves once again that the so-called entertainment world is not what it is and it's really fake.
Right.
And a lot of these people are just like the chosen ones, we like to say.
Right.
And you just got to align, or if you don't align, then just go back at the end of the line.
Right. Yeah.
That's how I see it. So for me, it was a question of, personally, if you ask me, if I were to be in a video of 6ix9ine, nah, because Because at the end of the day, my OGs are gonna look back at me, and I don't need that.
You gotta live with that.
I gotta live
with the
that
gesture, you know.
I gotta live that. If I see him, I'm gonna say what's up. You know what I'm saying? I might take a picture, but I don't keep it on my phone. I won't post it. Keep it on my phone. I won't post it, but I'll be lying if I say I didn't take a picture.
See, and that's why I love it. The perspective from a funny man. You know what I'm saying?
Everything goes down the water if he shares my video, and then I gotta ride with it.
Oh shit! Hey, listen, man. Thank you. You know what? You're the first one that talks about it, and I actually end up not being upset at the situation. I actually had a couple laughs from it, so I'll give you that.
No, but can you imagine a real nigga that's like in this game be like, yeah, I fuck with 6ix9ine? Nigga, get the fuck out of the house.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's like it's good to see
a real street nigga.
A real street nigga that moves in silence.
Right?
Impossible.
Right?
That you can't even get him on a Snapchat picture.
And you think he's not gonna ever condone that. So it's a good one. Now you've been following hip hop. You relevant? You out here up to date?
100%.
All right.
You know what? It depends. Like, if you hit me with those little zens, I don't know.
No, I don't know them either. I know the good artists. No disrespect to anyone, right? But Lil Baby right now is, to me, one of the hottest one. He's scorching hot. We were having a conversation, and we want to know. Right now, is he the one that has that throne? Is he holding that throne?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that crown, you got it?
Yeah, what was the line?
Is he the new Lil Wayne?
100%.
100%?
All right, like Lil Baby right now.
Yeah.
I'm a Drake fan, first and foremost.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep it above. But Drake's hitting that Jay-Z level.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Drake now is out of, like, anything Drake touches is gold. But Lil Baby's sort of getting to that Weezy Wayne level. Lil Baby's the hottest rapper right now. Lil Baby's the reason why, like, all the generations mess with hip-hop. Like,
I hear you.
Like, Lil Baby right now is the hottest rapper in the game, period. I don't want to hear anything about Kendrick, and I love Kendrick. But right now, Lil Baby, like, we pay.
Yeah.
I swear to God. I swear to God. Go to the ATM, take out $1,000, play that, tell me you don't feel some type of way. Bro, like Jack. Yo, that line, listen, 2021, next year, Blues Fest, bring them, I swear to God. You'll have niggas born in 1980 and that shit. I swear to God.
It might have to be a Currensy, Reggie Catches.
Oh, we there, man. We there backstage, man.
I ain't gonna lie. We might have to bring Lil Baby
backstage,
up. Because I really think that, you know, he's definitely one of those guys where like you see it. Like he's winning the race. You feel me?
Right.
The NBA is starting up. Unfortunately, every day that I check my phone, I check my Bleacher Report app or ESPN, another NBA player's been, you know, found to have COVID or he's asymptomatic, but you know he may be carrying it. And another practice facility today is the Bucks apparently, right? It's closing down the facility because of COVID. So is it wise? Is it wise right now? I know you're a big sports fan. We've had the barbershop conversations.
Yeah.
Is it wise or are we rushing things? Are we going? You know, are we getting off the edge with this one right here?
So here's the thing, right? This is what I said for the NBA. I think the plan to bring back the NBA is good. Yeah. However, you gotta water it down even more. So what I meant was, there's no point of having teams that are not in the playoffs. What I thought they should have done is literally just have a big tournament, a one-time tournament, crown an NBA champion. Call it a day. Reasons being, for me, it's everything's on the line.
Yeah. And
if you do it that way, a 1 month basketball tournament, boom, then everything gets back into order. That's how I see it. I think it's a bit of a risk because a lot of these coaches, like you said earlier before camera, they're old. And I just don't know if it's worth it. To be honest, like to me, I'm looking at it like, yes, I want to watch basketball. Right. But is it worth it?
Am I asking, you know?
And then we got to wait till December.
Right.
To watch basketball again?
Yeah. Well, what I hear that there may be a second bubble coming up that will be placed in Chicago, and that second bubble will be starting out, I believe, in September. So I don't think it's official yet. I don't think it's set in stone. But it'd be one of those playoff July, then second bubble in September, and then the new season will start again in December. It's all ambiguous so far. You could tell that it's a work in progress, but at the same time, you got to give the NBA, Adam Silver, some major props. 100%. At least they're trying to get something going.
They're trying to salvage a lot of money.
Exactly. So there's that too, right? Absolutely. The funding of it. Do you have a dark horse team? One that's not supposed to win, and that you think, thanks to these circumstances, they're gonna have a Cinderella story.
I'm gonna be honest, like the whole COVID messed everything up. I find, like even if I say like for me, I thought the Raptors had a good chance of going back to the Eastern Conference Finals and doing a good number. Now I still have the Raptors,
Right.
Because now with Milwaukee going on,
Right.
I can't see the Raptors losing. And if the Raptors were to lose, it'd probably be to who? The Celtics, because the East is what? It's Toronto, Celtics,
It's Milwaukee. To me, it's Milwaukee, Boston, Toronto,
and Philly.
and Philadelphia.
Yes.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like I can see Philly win, but Ben Simmons' lack of jump shot, it's still one of those issues.
Joel
for me.
Embiid might get a tummy ache, and
And
oh my
then
god,
he-
I gotta go party.
So
And then
I'll
this
say
game,
it's either Boston or Toronto if
Right.
Milwaukee doesn't make it. Those are my two dark horses for sure.
You see, the way I see it is this. To me, Milwaukee's not even a dark horse. That they're a favorite. I did say Toronto repeating. Right, that finals repeat and that championship repeat. To me, they're a dark horse for sure in the East. And in the West, it's Portland for sure. It's Portland. Portland has no chance to even make it into the playoffs.
100%.
Right, but you do have Nurkic coming back. You do have arrested Carmelo Anthony. He was averaging, I believe, 16 and 7 or something like that. It was respectable. Dame Lillard and CJ, they're gonna have to figure it out. Especially CJ McCollum. Man. To me, he's that X factor where if you can put a strong playoff together, Dame Lillard can do what Dame Lillard did. You know, shout out to the wave to the OKC Thunder. If we can have that Dame
So
Lillard,
disrespectful.
you can get it's 15 and even 5 from Carmelo, Nurkic, and Whiteside doing their thing. To me, they're a dark horse team.
I'm
Absolutely.
not gonna lie, I'm scared for Damian Lillard to leave Portland, man. Because if he leaves Portland, he's going to Lakers.
I don't think he's
Oh my
leaving,
God,
bro.
that'd be
I don't think he's going to Lakers.
I think he's
He's
going to
against
Lakers.
super teams, bro.
I'm telling
He
you,
is against it.
He's going to Lakers.
And he's very loyal to that.
he's going to Lakers.
Now, major news broke out last week in the NFL. I know you're a Patriots fan. You must, you're sleeping well nowadays. Cam, you with Sam, right? They brought out Cam, right?
Let me tell you.
So,
We're Sunday, right?
yeah,
So last week at about the same time,
yeah.
okay? Last week at about the same time, I'm in Gloucester. Okay? I'm driving. I'm in the rich neighborhoods because sometimes I envision being rich. I see my house be there, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm driving slow in Rotwell.
Yeah.
Rotwell Heights, if to be exact, you know? So then, I wish I remember the song, but I'll say we paid just to make it more dramatic. I stopped the car.
Yeah.
My brother said, "You guys got Cameroon."
Yeah.
My phone's blowing up, but I'm disrespectful. I was rude, so I read a lot of niggas' messages. I didn't respond because I didn't want them to get a response from me yet. I read it. I looked at it, and it was probably the greatest time right now for me because we got Superman.
Yeah.
Think about it, guys. Think about it. Let's think about this very clear. We won 4 games with Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo. He's what? 6'1", 6'2"? We have Cameron Newton.
6'5". That's 250.
Like Cameron Newton, right?
Yeah.
6'5", 250? That's a man. That's a man, man. That's a whole ass man, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm 5'8", 190. So I'm medium man. You feel me? But that's a whole ass man. So you're gonna tell me, right? And then people wanna talk about like inequality. This was a proof that the protests work. We have a black quarterback
In
And
Massachusetts.
in Massachusetts,
Go figure it out, man.
one of the most, whitest teams.
Yeah.
So tell me, the protest didn't work?
You know what? Hold on. Let's wait till Kaepernick is back in the league to see that the protest works. But right now, this is what I see. A very, very shaky AFC East. The Buffalo Bills is probably the biggest threat. Now, Josh
who?
Allen.
To us?
To the Patriots. Absolutely.
To us?
They were 10-6 last year. They made the playoffs.
Trash.
Josh Allen is improving, and they came out and they signed that major receiver.
Okay.
Right, so now you have Stephon Diggs going in Buffalo. So let me tell you, Cam is definitely going to be refreshing. But keep in mind, they don't have weapons just yet, right? They don't have weapons just yet
Let me tell you.
on that offense.
Let me break it
Tom Brady couldn't do much.
Let me tell you.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna break it down to you because
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to let you know about. I know Foxborough very well.
Alright.
I have family there.
Alright.
It's like my second home. If you
Oh my God, get a better second home, man.
No.
Go ahead.
if you go to Boston,
Yeah.
you say Reggie. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Hyde Park Ave.
Yeah.
That's the Haitian Ave. I'm telling
Alright,
you,
alright.
this don't get views in Boston.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna tell you. So Tom Brady, right? He's 40. He's 41, 42. He can't move.
I agree.
So when we were on third downs and he couldn't get it on target, but now we have Cam Newton.
Let's start moving the pocket around.
That's gonna move. We're gonna move this on third downs. What does that mean? We're gonna be running the football. We're gonna transition from a, passing offense to a running offense, kind of like Seattle. The days of us going 12-4, 13-3. I expect us to be 10-6, 11-5, and still put in work.
I can see 12-4.
You know what I'm saying? I can see it. Now, a lot of hype is on Cam Newton, which is dope. But we actually drafted a black quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. Jamar Smith, Jamar Smith or something.
Okay.
We drafted a black quarterback. We have 4 quarterbacks, if I'm not mistaken. I pray he doesn't get cut, but that kid's nice. So we got Jared Stidham, Brian Hoyer, Cam Newton, and that kid.
Yeah.
If that kid is solid, I'm telling you, the Patriots have something going on right here.
I see what you're saying. Okay. It's a long-term plan, basically.
Cam Newton might not even play.
He will play.
But here's the thing.
He will play.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play.
He will play.
But I'm telling you right now.
Belichick made this move because he liked Stid, but he's not fully convinced that Jared Stidham can take him to the promised land. Where Cam Newton at least advise you one minimum, maybe even 2 to 3 years. If he decides to get settled in the Patriots organization, decides to take in the reins, that could be a great venture for Bill Belichick and Cam Newton. That's all I'm gonna say. I know you're happy. I don't know that they're necessarily a Super Bowl contender yet, but
we're definitely Super Bowl contender.
Okay.
We have the best defense in the AFC.
So Melo, I guess we'll wait out and see. I believe that. I
told people this all the time, right? We're going to the Super Bowl. Sorry about that. I actually predicted AFC, so I'll be humble. Who's gonna beat us? I'm gonna give you. Okay, let me tell you.
You still have Baltimore.
No, let me tell you. Baltimore, right?
Kansas City.
You know what's gonna happen to Baltimore? Lamar Jackson. The league's gonna figure out a way.
Okay.
This is football. They're gonna figure out a way, unless he becomes a pocket passer, which often this is what's gonna happen. He's gonna get a pocket passer, then we're gonna pick him off more. His picks are gonna be high this year. Patrick Mahomes is the biggest threat.
Absolutely.
But again, it's gonna be that question of, can he sustain that level of dominance, which I think he will. Right. But this is what's gonna happen when it comes down to it. Nit and gritty. If Cam Newton is a starting quarterback for the New England Patriots, there's 2 things gonna happen: great defense, solid offense, and just win the game.
I'll take that. You know what? Let me put it this way. I'm just happy that football's right around the corner. Yep. We are moving back to normalcy, so I'll take that. Reggie Cashman, thank you so much for tuning in today. This has been great. Appreciate that. Can I ask you a question? What do we have next? What's the next video coming out? What's the next drop?
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Hey,
people, Straight Fast Kurrensy ENT totally, fully endorses the next Wednesday video. Because I've been watching the last couple ones, and they're hot. Reggie Cashman, the internet's most... Go ahead, tell me the moniker. Internet's dopest creator.
And for all these Ottawa kids, I'm still the number 1 funny dude out in the city. Period. And if you're born in 06, you're too young.
There we have it, man. That's a wrap for Kurrensy TV, Straight Facts. Shout out. Thanks for tuning in, man. We love y'all.
For Cash Reg, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel, Kurrensy TV, and follow them on IG, Kurrensy ENT. And I'm not a Raptors fan, so I don't know why this is here.